Hey, welcome to the High List Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Martinez. Today we have special guest, Mr. Logan Haskett. And I did not confirm if I was saying that properly till right now.
Yep, that's correct. Thanks for having me on, brother.
All right, happy to be here. So first of all, what part of the country are you from?
So I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So northeast Oklahoma. Yep.
Okay. Have you been there long?
Yeah, I've been here for about 8 years. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. So not too far off the beaten path, but
You're the
I've been
first
here for
person
about
I've
8 years.
interviewed from Oklahoma. So
Yeah.
you're first for something. Usually everybody's from Florida, Texas, or New York.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind
California.
of unique.
Kind of unique. So I want to start off this conversation with, you're a very young entrepreneur. Let's kind of jump into like early success. A lot of people don't see early success. It takes a long time to get there. It seems like you get it there sooner than others. So let's talk about luck, because I think you got good luck.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, maybe towards the later part of my life. I had some bad luck earlier on, but
Everybody
yeah,
has bad
no.
luck, but it's just how long that bad luck lasts.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's when you start to realize, you can create your own luck, and then you
Oh,
really start to get lucky.
there you go. When did you start entrepreneurship? How'd that bug start? Were you always an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say I was always an entrepreneur because in high school I was a big drug dealer, and we can dive into that side of my story a little more if you want. But I guess that kind of started off. I was always interested in, obviously, creating a profit for myself. So I guess I was naturally born to have the interest in it for sure. When I got out of high school, I was always trying to research like how people were making money. And one common thing that I always found was real estate. And it was actually The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. I read that in high school, and I was like, okay, real estate is my way. I don't know how I'm going to get there, what I'm going to do, but this sounds awesome. And I keep hearing, and there was a commonality, of course, around a bunch of different people, right? They're always talking real estate, real estate, real estate. So I knew I wanted to get into real estate. I started my first real estate company when I was 21. It was a wholesaling real estate company. And I, started in the Tulsa market, and I grew that to Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And then I went nationwide. I was in all 48 landed states in the United States, or doing deals in all of them. So, and then at 23, I sold that company to my partner that was in that business. And since then, I've been a buy and hold investor. But yeah, I guess you could say I was definitely one of the luckier ones that was able to actually build a successful wholesale company, because a lot of people are wholesalers, but they don't have a wholesale company. And so I was able to do that and scale really fast. And but there was a lot to put on the line in a short amount of time to make that successful. So
No, let's talk about that, because I think
yeah.
that's a big point right there. That whole phrase, there was a lot of the line. A lot of people don't understand the risk involved and the
Oh
effort
yeah.
it takes to do that. And
Hmm.
everybody wants to be a real estate wholesaler until they realize what's involved.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, first and foremost, it goes down to like, I basically created my own SaaS company before it was, cool on the internet to do so. We, white labeled Go High Level, which is a CRM system that a lot of people are familiar with.
Yeah,
And we created a SaaS called Oscar, and it was basically crafted around our business model. And it's still to this day one of the best drip campaigns that I've ever seen. And we created that. And then the biggest risk about everything was putting up that much amount of money in marketing every single month. And especially with wholesale. I mean, I know you're familiar with wholesaling, deals bust and things go wrong all the time in wholesaling. And when you're, pledging 40, 50, $60,000 a month towards SEO marketing, that's a huge risk to take, especially when we initially did the scaling. Like, we had a good amount of cash reserves from the Tulsa and Oklahoma City market, but you know, that was a lot of cash to just put down and say, all right, we're going to go to 48 landed states and see if this thing works. But internally, we obviously had a pretty large team. We had 3 acquisitions people, 3 dispositions managers, and we crafted all that around going nationwide.
I did not know that you were a Go Hello agency. I think it's funny because That's a Hive Mind. Hive Mind was our initial Go High Level agency.
Oh, okay. Nice,
That's
nice. That's awesome.
that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
When'd you start? When'd you start Oscar?
That would have been like 2022.
We started ours in. We just hit 3 years old, so we started ours 2021.
Okay. Actually,
So
it might have been more towards 2021. I don't know. Time starts to melt together, when you're
it does. It
cranking.
does. There was very and this. I know there was very few Go High Level agencies back then. It was
Yeah.
very,
Oh, yeah.
especially in real estate space, very few.
Yeah.
Now there's like I see them every day.
But like it's badass when you create your own. I mean, it really was like creating a SaaS before they were cool on the internet.
It was. It
Yeah.
really was. I enjoyed it. I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
Uh, I still love that side of the business. It's just one of those things where like early on there was a lot. You really had to like deal with the growing pains.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
High Level, because Go High Level is still they're still doing crazy things. But I did not
Yeah.
expect this conversation to go this way. But go. What side were you? What roles were you taking on in the Go High Level side?
Honestly, more of like the visionary side. My partner was more of like the technical side, but
Okay.
I was, hey, I want this to do that. I want, this lead to
Yeah.
get text 3 times a day, then they get an email tomorrow, and then we trigger a VA to make a phone call the next day, like that
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. I was
Go
more
High.
of like,
Yeah,
yeah,
Go High Level was dope, man. So I ran the tech side, so I kind of organized that
okay,
side, and I ran the customer service side. So
nice.
it- it's fun. So you exit out of that business now. You kind of sold your equity to the partner,
Yeah.
and yeah, I still run it, but I just kind of run it for fun now.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
There's so many agencies out there, and I'm like, I don't want 1,000 clients.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I hear you.
I don't want 1,000 clients. I'll take like 100, and that's about it. 200, and I'm
Right.
good. I have like 150 right now, and I'm like, if I
Okay.
got to like 250 or 350, I'm like, but I
Yeah.
just
I mean, it's like any other business, you got to determine like, hey, what's the threshold of like this is going to be a really big pain in the ass, but it could really pay off, or is it better to stay at this size and we're still making really good money and we
that's
don't
it.
even have to grow? Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah.
I like the size we're at right now, especially for this side, because I can manage it pretty easily, and it doesn't take that much effort from my side. But
Right.
the I like focusing on the real estate side. So that's where I
Yeah.
kind of like I started that side, and then I kind of switched over to the real estate side. That's what I'm actively doing on my side now. So it's like
Yeah.
a transition, and you kind of grow into different things. So a lot of people are
For
like, "Oh, what
sure.
happened to Hive Mind?" I'm like, it's just I kind of lost focus and did other
Yeah.
things, and I just kind of I'm letting it go on the coast. I put it on
Yeah.
cruise control.
Well, and that's exactly why I transitioned out of the wholesaling company. That was never really my vision, was to create a nationwide wholesaling company. It's just kind of the way it went. And, we all of a sudden created this behemoth, and I was way more interested in owning and investing in real estate. That was just my unique vehicle of getting into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all it is a vehicle. So the real estate side is more fun anyway. I like the real
Yeah.
estate side. It's more fun.
Yeah.
So nationwide wholesaling is not for the faint of hearts.
No.
Um, I think we did. Me and my partner, we spent like a ton of money on ads. We're
Yep.
land guys, so we did a bunch of money on land ads nationwide, and it was just like
Yeah.
you hit from every direction with random crap, and it was just
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it was we turned it off very quickly.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, our style of marketing was more, the theory was it was more of a hot lead because we would actually make them fill out a form, a pretty detailed form before they even got
Yeah.
integrated into our drip campaigns.
Yep.
So we kind of started off, a little more serious than people just trying to get a price on their house or whatever, or what, seeing how much it was worth.
So let's talk about that. Your house is only, or is that what you do about multifamily now, or like what's your investment stuff right now?
Right now, honestly, I'm a little bit of everything. So, I mean, yeah, we do a lot of single family, and our exit strategy on that varies. We do a decent amount of flips. We do a lot of contract for deeds, and have a lot of rentals as well. Also in the Airbnb space, because my wife owns a Airbnb management company,
Mm.
so she handles all that side of the business, and we have some Airbnbs, some mobile home parks, industrial. So The only thing that I really don't have any interest in is kind of like the bigger multifamily space. We have some small multifamily stuff, but yeah, I'm good on that. And also storage. I'm not interested in storage. It's a lot more operation intensive than people think it is. Everyone wants to say their garages with doors, but then you realize, oh wait, I'm a billing company, an auction company, a property management company, and a storage company, and a
Ooh,
marketing company.
ooh, hit him. Nah, I like picking on the other classes too because it's
Yeah,
just it's fun sometimes, and you learn the different advantages of real estate as you do it more, and you kind of like, hey, I like this about single family, I like this about small
right.
multifamily, I like this about contract for deed and seller finance and sub two,
Yeah,
and kind of morph whatever you want, kind of morph
exactly.
your projection. Um, did you do it all through OPM or hard money, or how did that kind of come through?
Yeah, so I mean, the majority of it has been through hard money. I was talking to someone else the other day. They were like, "That's still considered self-funded." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess I've self-funded, 95% of my portfolio." But and then yeah, we've done a couple syndication deals, but that's not really our primary focus. Obviously, on the bigger deals, we're probably going to go that route. But
So let's talk about bigger deals. Uh,
yeah,
is a bigger deal? Let's answer the myth. Is a bigger deal
okay.
easier than a smaller deal?
Man, that's a broad question in my. I don't know. Do you have a shit bigger deal or a good bigger deal?
But okay, so here's my thought process on it.
Yeah, yeah,
You do the same thing on a bigger deal than a smaller deal. It just takes a little longer.
yeah. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that at all. Um, I mean, I'm with you. We've kind of noticed that in the single family space too. It's like when you go from different price ranges, like below $100,000 on single family. Well, it was still a piece of shit house. We still did a full gut, but our profit margin might only be 30 to 40,000. But if we go into something where the price range is 250 to 450, our profit margins increased to 80 to 100,000 on a flip, let's say, right? So yeah, and it's the same amount of work. It's pretty much the same amount of effort. And yeah, I mean, but obviously when you get into bigger deals with like syndications, and there's a whole lot of red tape to that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if initially it's a less amount of work or equal, I guess. But I get what you're saying. The premise of it is, yeah, you're probably going to put the same amount of energy into it.
Same amount of energy.
Yeah.
What type of deals are you syndicating? Is it a small multifamily?
No, I mean, we just syndicated a 23,000 square foot warehouse in Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Okay. It seems like you like your local markets.
I do like my local markets. Yeah. I think we're about to blow. I mean, everyone's talking about the tallest building in Oklahoma City right now. I think we're about to blow up.
Well, I didn't hear about that. What happened with the tallest city in Oklahoma City?
Oh, you didn't see that? No, it's the tallest building in America.
Okay.
That they
Oh,
just
they're
got.
projecting to build it.
Yeah, no, they got approved plans. They're doing it.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and it's like a big retail center too. You should check it out. It's going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about that.
Yeah,
I
and
just
then
about Tulsa, Oklahomian. I
yeah,
missed.
well, no, Tulsa just got the a $400 million park built,
Really,
3 4 years ago. Yeah, we got voted over Central Park in New York City as one of the best parks in America.
really.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm telling you, dude, we're about to blow up in the next 10 to 15.
Okay,
So
okay. So if you're about to blow up, be an expert in your local market because this is one of
yeah,
the things where like if you are in a terrible market, go to where the good market is. Just bottom
right.
line. It doesn't matter if you're doing it virtually. If you move or if you find boots on the ground, just do virtually.
Yeah.
But you always want to be in a good market. Bottom line. But if your market's exploding, dude, you're in a killing field.
Yep, yep, exactly. Yeah. No, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, you know what I'm saying? I mean, eventually.
That's good though. I don't know anybody from Tulsa, so now I
Yeah,
know somebody from Tulsa. That's cool.
yeah. Where
And
you
I
where are you
know,
guys based out of? You're in Texas somewhere, right?
yeah, we do a lot of stuff in Texas. We're office out of San Antonio, but I live in California, so
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
only
smart of you to get the fuck out of California market wise at least.
yeah, and it's one of those things where like you always want to operate where there's less resistance. Bottom line,
100%. Yeah.
bottom line.
100%.
It's just the rule of the world, and everybody's like, oh, well, you live here though. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. But Tulsa, Oklahoma. No, I will definitely. You got my eye to Tulsa because I get land deals in Oklahoma, but I'm like, it's Oklahoma. Like, but if you're telling me firsthand accounts that there's growth there, you always want to pay attention where the growth is happening because what we do is we're looking for path of progress. That's it.
Yeah.
We buy land in the path of progress and we make money on that.
I mean, Tulsa's not like people forgot about Tulsa. It was, one of the major oil booms in America. And honestly, a lot of people that might live in California that, are trust fund families, they're from Tulsa. And, there's still plenty of prominent families here in Tulsa, of course, too. But it's a lot of old money. But now we're starting to get the newer type of money, especially after we had, I don't know if you know this, but we were in second place for Tesla's Gigafactory, and then Austin beat us out because of the state income tax. So, yep. So that kind of brought a lot of attention to us in the tech world, right? And so, and also Tulsa's doing, the whole young professional government program where they're actually paying people to move here. So, I mean, we've got, a million with Tulsa and the surrounding suburbs. I mean, we're not a small city anymore as we once were.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've opened my mind to Tulsa. That's all. It wasn't even on my radar.
Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe, you know what? Take it back. Tulsa sucks, dude.
No, I think
I'm kidding.
No, and the biggest thing about this is that there's whenever growth happens, there's market for everything.
Oh,
Literally
yeah.
everything is monetizable. Whether
100%.
you're a tire shop or you truck driving or you just need a tech job, like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. There's opportunity for every niche in growth. That's why growth cities. That's why people move. The whole gold rush, like
Yeah.
there's opportunity there, and people literally cross the country just to get in the path of jobs and money. So
Exactly.
I think it's very important. And I think it's very important to voice it, but too because that's what helps drives the growth anyway.
Yeah. No, that's true.
The more people that find out, the more your prices increase and you make more
Mm-hmm.
money and you get to charge more and all that stuff.
Yep.
No, that's awesome. Definitely very cool. Very cool, man. I'm glad to know stuff about Tulsa. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. How old are you, by the way? I don't think I asked.
I'm 26.
26. Amazing. Amazing. I started my first business when I was 25. So,
Okay.
and I've been doing this I'm turning 32 this year, so I'll be 6 years doing this.
Nice.
But I wish I would have started younger, but I wasn't mature when I was younger. I
Yeah.
wasn't mature enough to handle what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So I had some, life circumstances that made me mature real fast, whether I wanted to or not.
Mm-hmm.
Before I graduated from high school. So luckily, by the time I was 21, I was ready to start getting after it.
That's amazing. What do you say? What do you say to somebody's in that same position that wants to get after it right then and there? What do you recommend they do?
Just fucking do it. You got to stop listening to your parents. And, I know that sounds harsh, but we all, as a young age, we all go to our parents for approval. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be super protective and not want you to risk anything. And that's understandable. And they should do that as parents. But, I'd say that's the biggest thing is you gotta learn to go against the grain. And you're so young. If you fail and fuck up, who cares? I mean, you could do that 40 times and still be successful. So I think you need to realize that and realize that, this world is moving so fast now, especially with the AI stuff. Like, you better get in the fucking game or you're going to be left far behind. And I think it's really important to realize, like, as someone who formerly used to do a bunch of this shit, like the partying and the sleeping around with a bunch of chicks and all the stuff that you think you're into when you're younger is really not important or noble in life. And so you really just need to put your head down and be able to support what you eventually want to achieve in your lifetime. And if you don't do that and you wait until you're 30, you're probably already stuck in some kind of rut that you're never going to get out of. So I think it's pretty important to start early, in my opinion.
Boom, mic drop.
Mic drop.
No, it's really good advice. I think failing early is important. I think you got to understand your parents' position that they do want the best for you, but they don't know, they didn't grow up the same way you grew up. Like
Right.
your parents literally, they grew up the way they grew up, and then they try and make it better based on their opinion. But you as an
Mhm.
adult, you have to make that same decision, that you're going to make decisions based on the way you grew up and the way the
Yep.
world has changed, because the world has changed from your parents to you. And I really want to hit on the point that technology, and you're born in the 1900s, so,
Yeah.
you know,
1990s. Yeah.
1990s,
Yeah.
like it makes me trip whenever I talk to somebody under 24, because it's 2024, and I'm like, they're born in 2000.
Right.
Like, what? This is crazy. But, like, there was a big transition, and I'm sure you saw the tail end of it. I saw it. I transitioned wholly because I grew up in the 90s where cell phones were a thing. Kids had cell phones. I didn't get a cell phone until I was 18. My parents were one of those who were like, you can't get a cell phone so you pay your own bill,
Yeah.
And if you need a cell phone, ask the kid next to you. So I kind of grew up on that. I remember my older brother growing up typing out his homework on a typewriter, so
Yep.
I've seen the transition. And I think that's one of the things where, like, people in their 30s, 35, I would say 40 and under, 40 to, what is that, 25, 40 to
Yeah.
25, they kind of saw that transition,
Hmm.
where people like under you in their 20s, or like 18, 19 years old, all they saw was the digital age, and like
Right. All they
it,
saw was the iPhone. Yeah.
all they saw was the iPhone. I
Yeah.
had an iPhone too,
Yeah. No, yeah. I feel like we were both in a good generation to see technology just blow the fuck up. I mean, obviously, I started with, like, the little flip razor phones or whatever,
Yeah. Now
and
you're
then
talking.
by the time I was in high school, there was iPhones. So it was crazy. I mean, it was so short amount of time, and it just goes to show what, like I was saying, the world moves fast, dude. Like, so fast, and with AI. By the way, if you're not doing everything you can to learn about AI right now, you're fucked in 5 years. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I think if early adopting is huge, especially if you're younger. I think
Yeah.
anybody right now, you got to early adopt to everything.
No. It's anybody now. I don't care if you're fucking 50 and running your business. You better learn about AI.
Yeah. It's I saw somebody, they're like, I used to have people that respond to the text and cold calls, and now they can run it through AI, through GHL, and
Yep.
like, all this technology is out there that you can outsource and automate without even using people, which is insane.
Yeah. No, it's it's gonna get a little weird here pretty soon.
It's going to get a little weird very soon. I'm excited for the future, and like I said, I'm very respective to the changes that happen. So I think if you open minded and you kind of pay attention to what's going on, you can adapt to it. But everybody else, they're going to toast. They're
Oh
toast.
yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
They're toast. So how are you? What do you think? What are you doing in your business now to adapt to the comings of the technology change?
I mean, everything. We're looking at all types of different AI tools that work. I mean, on all of our websites, we've got, which, if you remember this, like the chat bots, right?
Mm-hmm.
They used to be a pain in the fucking ass to set up, and they suck. Well,
Then it
now you can, yeah, yeah. Now you can get a little AI one that is literally learning as people are asking questions. So as soon as we started turning ours on, we're asking it 30 different questions on our own. So that way, when a customer asks, it's already ready. It's already learned what to say. I mean, it's something as simple as that. We obviously integrate it for people that are running our social media, for them
Yep.
doing video editing. I mean, we're doing web scraping with AI to collect data. Obviously, we use ChatGPT a lot for a lot of different reasons, and ChatGPT can actually scrape websites too, if you didn't know that, and create spreadsheets. But we like web scrape AI for that, to really collect a lot of data. And I mean, we're always constantly trying to learn about more tools, and I actually have it written down for. I own an HVAC company here in Tulsa, and tomorrow in our meeting, I have AI tools that I want to go over to see how many more we can start to implement, because there's so many. I mean, we've looked at so many. They've got, we've looked at a lot of the answering phone call AIs. I don't think they're there yet. I can still
Soon,
tell that it's a yeah, soon, very, very, very soon.
soon.
But yeah, we've explored that option and weren't in love with it just yet, but I think we will be here pretty soon.
I'm excited to see how marketing changes because I think the text marketing is ruined by regulation back
Yep.
in
Yep.
November last year, December last year. But cold calling, I heard of a cold call AI that can do a lot of crazy stuff. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just it's interesting the way marketing's going to change because marketing always adapts first. If you
Right.
notice, because
Oh yeah.
they're always as eyes switch, the marketing has to adjust and adapt to it. So
Mm,
marketing is very very important. So I think if you're on top of whatever new marketing strategies are coming out, just like texting was amazing back in 2019, 2018,
yeah.
2020.
Oh
It
yeah.
was crazy,
Yeah.
but it's gone.
Yep. Yep. Nope, it's gone. No, yeah, marketing is cyclical. I was just having this conversation today. There's a lot of things that work very well at one time and then they suck because like you said, when more eyes are drawn to it, more people are using it and it just goes in a cycle. I mean, it just continuously does
It's
that.
an endless marketing cycle.
Yeah.
It's an endless marketing cycle. What does the future look like for you? I know you're still young, but I'm sure you have grander visions and
Yeah.
grander goals. What does that look like for you?
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, personally, like I love real estate. Real estate will always be a part of my life. It'll always be a part of my investing strategy. But I am more passionate about starting and scaling companies than I would say I'm more passionate about real estate. To a technical term, right? Like I just that's more of what I enjoy doing. So really, my vision for myself is to be like an Alex Hermosi type where I might own a minority in a bunch of different businesses or just have, a lot of startups with different operators that I kind of form into like one big incubator of Logan Haskett's companies type of thing.
I know there's a bunch of people teaching this, but who's your go to right now for consolidation of companies?
For consolidation of companies, I mean, I really like Chris I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Chris Corner, the MHP guy on Twitter.
No
Should
idea.
look into him. He's a fucking genius. And I'd say like me and him are really similar. We never actually met or we've talked a few times, but yeah, he's someone that I really enjoy watching a lot of his content. I mean, I like Hermosi, even though some of his stuff is like kind of guru-ish esque, but it is what it is. He has a giant personal brand, so I'm not going to put any slack on him.
Yeah, I was just hoping. I was going to say Cody Sanchez.
I mean, hey, Cody, but she's a good marketer. She used to be a journalist. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
And honestly, in today's world, I've been telling people this over and over and over. At this point, it's sales over operations, and that might be a sad reality. But these people that are doing a whole bunch of sales are kicking your ass. So I mean, you guys might as well pay attention. I try my hardest to not throw any slack towards any of these influencers.
they all have
I
some.
kn-
They all have something to teach you.
yeah, exactly. No, exactly. And what's that saying? You pluck, I don't even remember what it was. You pluck, 1,000 feathers off 1,000 different birds, but not all off of one bird. That's not how it goes, by the way, but it's something like that. And that's what I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you talk Cody Sanchez, I'm like, dude, she's a fucking genius marketer. Hermosi, same thing, genius marketer. He literally knows how to funnel things into each different company very efficiently. And yeah, but like I was saying, I never try to put slack on anybody because I respect what they've built to this point.
Everybody has like their skill sets. Like I'm not a big fan of Grant Cardone, but Grant Cardone has a lot of 6% money,
Yeah,
so he did something right.
right, right. Yeah, no, exactly.
He did something right. Like 6% money is really really cheap money. So like if
Yep.
I can just learn how to get 6% money like that at scale, that's what I'm gonna learn from him. I might not like anything else he does, but I think it's
Well,
pretty
yeah, Grant is I mean, perfect example. He's an amazing salesman, right?
cool.
Amazing. Like maybe one of the best that we've ever seen.
Yeah. Then you got like Dave Ramsey. Dave
Yep.
Ramsey is another one of those. I don't like anything he says,
Yeah.
but on the other hand,
Right.
he has a huge following and he can tell people how to get from zero to three, you know?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, no, I don't agree with anything that he ever says, but he's created a beast of a business, and you know what? Good for him. He's cranking cash, and apparently not using any debt to do so. So,
I mean, when you have a business that big,
right,
you don't need a bank loan.
right, exactly.
It's kind of cheating. It's kind of cheating. And I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's wrong to say that from the top when you,
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah,
because I'm like, there's no way you got there doing that strategy.
no,
There's no
no.
way.
I mean, we know he didn't. He failed in '08 by using debt. So,
I don't know. It's
yeah.
insane to me. It's insane to me. What is a quote that is yours or somebody else's that you resonate with?
What is a quote? Man, you hit me with these fucking better be thinking.
Hey, it's what I do. I'm a podcast host. You know, I'm talking right now to give you like 15, 20 seconds to think of a response because it's my
Yeah,
job since I caught you off guard to kind of.
yeah.
So, what is a quote that is yours, or somebody else's that you resonate with?
Yeah, the one that I resonate with is "You'll never do that." It's the most motivating language in the English dictionary, and that's
You'll-
by Andy Frisella.
Okay, okay. This belief drives your passion to create and do.
Yes, yes, 100%.
I always think as a kid, I'm like, I always had like the rebel inside of you.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do that. I'm like, watch me do it again.
yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I just got that big, that chip on my shoulder where I want to tell you, fuck you, you know. And I've always had that. I can't explain it. I've always kind of liked to be the edge.
I would say it's a good thing. It gives you motivation to
Hmm.
continue and to grow. I think I've gotten it as I've gotten bigger in business, and I'm
Yeah,
just like, come on, like
yeah.
like it. I had a conversation with somebody today. They're like, they're counting my dollars on a wholesale deal because I'm the buyer, and I'm like, don't do that.
Right.
I walk away.
Right.
You know, and it's like I was there, and the bad part is like I was in their shoes at one
Hmm.
point, so I understand what it is like when you got when you got deals and you got a contract and somebody wants to buy it and you're like, oh, if I can make 10 more grand,
Right.
it'll change the world, you know. You lose the deal.
Yep. Yep. And then you realize 10 grand's not even that much more, and you probably should have taken the deal. So,
Oh man, and I hate to see it. I hate to see it, and I see it all the time. And I'm
yep.
like, I don't even want to be that guy. Like, my number is just my number, and I
Right.
explained why it's my number, but don't push me too much. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice here.
Yeah.
That's funny. Are you a reader at all?
Yeah.
You're a
Hmm.
big reader. Okay, so what's some books that helped you get started, and what's some books that you're reading now to kind of get
Yeah.
that appetite?
So, I mean, to get started, one book that I really like that I
You
recommend.
mentioned Trump's book earlier.
Yeah, that was obviously number one that helped me get started in real estate. Actually, the second real estate book that I read, I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of Grant Cardone's books.
Okay,
And then, I mean, it naturally progressed to just self-development business books. One that I really like that I recommend to everyone is It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Millwad. He was the he was a big mental coach in like the sports community. So he did stuff for Nick Saban and the Alabama team.
okay,
He was Russell Wilson's personal mental coach when he was with the Seahawks, and was on fire there. And it's all about thinking neutral, never thinking, hey, that was good or hey, that was bad. And it's fascinating, the stuff and the self experiments that he's put himself through as far as like mindset goes. And so I definitely recommend that book. Right now I'm kind of on like a history kick, almost like learning about some conquerors, some of the
okay.
world's greatest conquerors, Genghis Khan, and that sort of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you read so many, self-development books, and then they all kind of seem like they're the same.
Hmm.
And so I'm just kind of naturally progressing into other styles of strategy books and conquering world conquerors because that stuff interests me. So
No, I think it's there's different, you get different levels of appetite as you get different stages in life.
for
I never
sure.
asked you, do you have kids?
Yeah, yeah. So I have a 1-year-old daughter, and
Amazing.
I have a son coming here in August. So
Amazing. Congratulations.
thanks.
How has fatherhood affected your business?
How has fatherhood affected my business? Honestly, I might be the one that sounds totally different. I don't think it's changed anything besides maybe make me a little bit hungrier than I was. But if that's what you meant, I think honestly, a lot of people, I'll just get brash for a second, are kind of just cowards and pansies. They try to use their kids as excuses, and I think that's the most fucked up thing that you could do as a parent is, well, I'm just not getting as much sleep anymore, and so I'm going to slack off in my business and start showing up to the office at 9 a.m. And it's like, dude, I mean, how big of a fucking coward are you that you got to blame a kid as to why you can't perform? And so that's something that really gets me irked, if you can't tell.
No, and I think it's a valid question, and I want people to hear it, and a lot of people don't ask
Yeah,
that question. But me, like, I was, when I found out my wife was pregnant, I got hella motivated. I'm like, I got shit to do. And
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how much time I got left in this world. I got shit to do, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no. I mean, I guess I took it as a, hey, I was just thinking neutrally, right? Hey, my
Yeah.
wife's pregnant. Okay, that makes sense. Consequences happen when you're having sex with your wife. And so it's like, I'm gonna have a kid. It's not the end of the world. It's not, the top of the it's well, yeah, it is. It's the top of the world when they're born, of course, but
Yeah.
it's all about, from a business standpoint, there's no reason, and it's because we hear all these cliches from, like, maybe the people that aren't entrepreneurs, and, oh, there goes your sleep, and there goes your free time, and all the same sayings and the bullshit that we hear. And I just don't conform to any of that. I think there's a couple ways that you can be a parent. I think you can be a lazy parent, and I think you can be a good parent. And if you're a good parent, it's it's not all that difficult. Yes, your priorities change. Yes, you're gonna have tough nights. Yes, you're gonna, maybe get into more scuffles with your significant other, but it's a part of life, and you know what? You fucking signed up for it, so you need to take responsibility for it.
I think having children and marriage is a beautiful thing, and
100%.
I think a lot of people are scared of it. I think they're
Yeah,
scared of commitment, but I think it forces you to create and do amazing things when you're under that type of pressure, and you don't
yeah,
know what type of pressure that is till you've had a kid and you're hungry. Because then you get,
yeah, yeah.
you
I
gotta,
will say
you
the
have to.
one thing that having a daughter has done was turn me into a little bit more of a softie, which I don't like, but
Yeah, I got two girls. I was already a softie, but my girls, they're they're fun.
yeah, absolutely.
You know what your new one's gonna be yet?
It's a boy. Yeah.
Okay, congratulations, man.
Thanks,
Nah,
man.
shout out to fatherhood for everybody here. Go get married, have some babies.
Do it.
Change
We need them. We need more of them.
It'll change your life. I think it's been a great conversation. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people just need to hear the real side of business. And I interviewed a guy the other day, and he's like, "I hate that work life balance question because it's just life.
exactly. Yeah.
It's just life."
I mean, it's life, and it's however you decide to fit it in there. And you know what? Your results will reflect that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, go check out Tulsa too. Tulsa. Where can people find you online? I got Logan Invest on Instagram,
Yep.
and then I got Logan Haskett on Twitter. Which is
Twitter and everything else, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. But
yeah, we'll check them out. I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for your time. I think it's very inspirational. I love having young. I say young people because I'm young too, but I like
yeah,
enjoying people in their 20s on the podcast because I think it's very inspirational to the younger generation, and I hope that people. I think I see people online especially like younger teenagers or mid 20s, or people even your age, they're like depressed. The world's gonna end. I'll never be able to afford a house, and it's all doom and
Yep.
gloom. And I'm just like, we need more young people that are doing great things for people to inspire others.
We
And
do.
I'm glad I didn't fall into that trap when I was that age. And
Yeah.
I think if you can inspire one person, it makes it all worth it.
100%.
And the world will become a better place if you decide that you yourself are going to make it a better place.
Yep.
So I think it's an individual decision to make that decision, 100%. So for everybody here, go check out Logan. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you coming on and talking some game today.
Yes,
all right,
sir. That's all we do. Thanks, brother.
For everybody here, go like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Check us out. Leave us a review if you want. Who cares? We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.